Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be discussing about the United Nations Women at Women Deliver Conference 2023. So the Women Deliver Conference 2023 has just been concluded in Kigali, Rwanda. So we will be discussing about the situation of women and the findings that this report has given. So first of all, about the timeline. First we will be looking at the news, then about the Women Deliver 2023 objectives, what are the findings which the report talks about, and the areas where comprehensive policy action is needed to improve the situation of women. And this topic is of importance from General Studies paper 1, that is society and also the situation of women or women development, will play a very important role in mains answer writing and also from the essay perspective. So the news has been taken from Down to Earth, and it says only 1% women live in countries with high gender parity and female empowerment, according to the United Nations report. So what from this you are able to conclude that the countries where high gender parity and high female empowerment is there, and majority of the countries in today's time does not possess both of these quality of high gender parity and high female empowerment. So in whole of the globe or whole of the earth, only 1% women out of 100%, only 1% women live in countries which has both high gender parity and high female empowerment ratio. So what has happened recently is the Women Deliver Conference 2023 has been concluded at Kigali, Rwanda, and took place from 15th to 20th of July 2023. And this happened in both the format, that is in person, it means people were present physically, and it also happened virtually, means people were present physically, and whoever wanted to address the people, they can do that virtually also. And the theme for the Women Deliver Conference 2023 was Space, Solidarity and Solutions. So this was the theme. This is important. Space, Solidarity and Solutions. And this is considered to be first of its kind report. So the UN report has been considered as first of its kind report that represents a comprehensive analysis of the progress made in human development of women and girls. So the conference talks only, or the United Nations report talks about only the progress which has been made by the women or the girls. And the report has been jointly created by the two United Nations agencies, and that is United Nations Women, which is the first one, and second is the UNDP, which is United Nations Development Program. So this is an important point, that which two organizations jointly made this report, that is UN Women and UNDP. So both the bodies, which is UN Women and UNDP, have collected data from 114 countries, and they concluded and they reached out on certain points, that what are the major findings of the report that we will be talking about. And they have analyzed them based on the twin indices of first WEI, which is Women Empowerment Index. So this is the first index, and second is the GGPI, which is Global Gender Parity Index. So the 2 points on which the report has been made is Women Empowerment Index, that how empowered women are in whole of the world, or how independent women are and how good the women are doing. And second is Global Gender Parity Index, that throughout the world men and women, are they at par with each other, or it is that since the time the society has initiated or has started, it has been seen that men has been getting better pay scale or better opportunities or better privileges as compared to women. So is it still prevalent in our country or not, or is it still prevalent throughout the globe or not? Then this is considered to be the best tool to develop understanding of progress made towards women empowerment and gender parity. So this conference or this report will be very important from 2 points, that is women empowerment, and what is the second one? It is gender parity, specifically about 2 points. Other conclusions can also be made, but specifically if we talk about women empowerment and gender parity, then this can be one of the best tools to define it. Then WEI, which is Women Empowerment Index, it focuses solely on women, measuring their power and freedoms to make choices and seize opportunity in life. So the first index, which was Women Empowerment Index, it specifically talks about or measures the women's power and freedom. So what are the powers and freedoms which women have got so that they can make their own choices about their own life and careers, and are they getting enough opportunities in their life and career so that they can move forward. And second one, which is the Global Gender Parity Index, it evaluates the status of women relative to men in core dimensions of human development and exposes gaps in parity between women and men. So global gender parity talks about whether men and women are getting equal opportunities or not, and are they at par with each other or not. And it is not that men is sitting at top while female is not getting enough opportunities as compared to men. Then both should be equal with each other. And if we talk about gender parity, then which is the sustainable development goal which talks about gender equality or gender parity. Very important. Writing about the sustainable development goals in mains answer writing will fetch you extra marks, and this is one of the best measures that you can write in your mains answer writing. So it is the SDG goal 5 which talks about the gender equality or gender parity. Now what are the Women Deliver 2023 objectives? So what about the objectives of the conference? That was first, catalyze collective action to advance gender equality, hold leaders accountable for gender equality, and also about women empowerment. Empower the feminist movement so that more and more women can come into the picture and can make an impact on the globe. Refrain who leads, and then create space. So it is about promoting women so that they can get more opportunity to move forward and can also compete with men. Now let's talk about what are the findings of the report. So it says that only 1% of women across the world live in countries that have achieved both high women empowerment and gender parity. So first of all, there are not many countries. So if we talk about the Southeast Asian countries or the African countries and also majority of the Asian countries, then these countries are not the countries who have achieved both high women empowerment and gender parity. So it is very few countries, like for example few of the European countries and all or countries like US, which have achieved high women empowerment and gender parity also, and only 1% of women across the globe are coming from these countries. Then leadership roles and decision making mostly lie with men and are unavailable to women. And since the time we have seen this society, or we have come to know about the existence of the society, we have seen that the leadership and the decision making, even in our houses in day-to-day life, we can see that the decision making is majorly in the hand of the males. On an average, women are empowered to achieve only 60% of their full potential. This is what the report is saying, that women does not reach 100% of their potential. They are able to reach at around 60% of their potential. Then women were found to achieve 28% less than men across key human development dimensions. So this is also important. First of all, they are not able to achieve their full potential of 100%. They are achieving 60%. And then when we compare it with men, they are getting 28% less opportunities. Then none of the 114 countries analyzed achieved full women empowerment or complete gender parity. So in total, the countries which were taken into consideration were 114, and out of 114, not even a single country was able to achieve 100% on women empowerment or gender parity. Then more than 90% of global population of women live in countries with low or middle women empowerment. This is also true, and India is also one of the examples, so as most of the Asian countries and also most of the African countries also. Then low or middle performance in achieving gender parity. In India, women empowerment and gender parity were both found to be low. In India, the labor, if we talk about the women participation in the labor force, the formal sector, it has never been, it has always been in the range of 16% to 20%, or you can say 18% to 22%. And it is not that it is improving with time. No, it is not improving. It has been a constant number since a long period of time. And even if we talk about the women's participation in our parliament, in the legislation making body of the country, then also it is not much. It is around 14%. And this has been the highest ever women's participation. Now the areas where comprehensive policy action is needed. What are the areas where action needs to be taken? First and foremost is the health policies, and health has been a prime reason, especially in the recent past because of the COVID pandemic. So health policies support and promote long and healthy life for all, because healthy society will only lead to prosperous society. Second, equality in education. It needs to be addressed gaps in skills and quality of education to empower women and girls in the digital age, because education is a sector in which if woman is able to do well, then they will be able to work towards women empowerment and achieving the gender parity. And digital age, with the coming of the digital age, now even the people living in the remotest of places will be able to get to the education easily. Then work-life balance and support for families. Family support is very important for women to move further in their career, and work-life balance is one of the major reasons why most of the females drop out or leave their working environment or the job. So it is preferred to create an environment where work-life balance can be maintained and proper care can be given to the families. Then women's equal participation. Eliminate discriminatory laws and regulations that hold women back. So even if we talk about patriarchy or we talk about the household activities, achieving motherhood are few of the areas because of which the women move out of the being independent or the working sector. But we need to create equal participation opportunities for women, and the discrimination needs to be avoided. Then violence against women. Implementation of comprehensive measures which focus on prevention, changing social norms and eliminating discriminatory laws and policies. So the elimination of few of the aspects which restricts women from achieving their career, or which restricts women from achieving empowerment, or which restricts women from achieving independence, and which restricts the society in achieving the gender parity, they needs to be eliminated from the society. So this was about few of the reports or the findings which has been there in the report, and the areas where the actions needs to be taken. So this was about it, and thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.